Hello, I'm Devin Avery and welcome to the Inclusions of Special Populations Training 703 KAR 5:070. This is Module 4 of 8 that make up this training series. Slide 2 shows the 5 parts that this training represents. At this time, we will take a closer look at each of these areas and describe the intentions and specifics of each. This is Part 4, Accommodations Environment. Now we are switching gears to talk about how the testing environment can impact the way an accommodation is provided. With the rapid move to online testing, this is something that must be covered. The important takeaway is that the rules and regulations that govern accommodations do not change. A scribe can still only record what the student instructs the scribe to write. A reader still can only read the words as written on the test. Nothing changes in what accommodators and accommodations may do or provide. What changes is the medium in which the students and accommodators are interacting with the test. Some of the accommodations which may look a little different are scribe, human reader, stop the clock, calculator, dictionary and thesaurus, and assistive technology. This is not an exhaustive list. To know exactly how these accommodations can be provided on a specific test, it is imperative to read the documentation for the test being proctored. For instance, one test may be an online test and a calculator accommodation is provided online. Another test may be an online test as well, but calculators may be offered via handheld calculator. Each test can have different accommodations, but all accommodations provided on any test must adhere to the regulations covered in this training. On the screen, you will notice a very basic example of how testing environment can impact the way an accommodation is provided. However, it does not impact the regulations that govern the limits of an accommodation. Let's say we have two tests. Test A is given completely online. There is no paper and pencil option. Test B is given completely paper and pencil. There is no online option. In these strict environments, it would require accommodations to look a little different. If one medium is paper and pencil and the other is online, but accommodations are still required, they will necessarily look a little different in how they are provided. For instance, on Test A, the online test, a scribe may become a typist, but on Test B, the paper and pencil, all responses will be handwritten by the scribe. What the scribe can do does not change. The scribe may still only record word for word what the student says. Human reader on the online-only test without a paper option. The reader would simply just read the computer screen. On the paper and pencil test, they would read the paper test book. Stop the clock on an online test is likely controlled within the testing platform, whereas on paper and pencil test, it would have to be manually logged. Calculators on an online-only test are likely provided within the testing platform, but on a paper and pencil test, a handheld would be provided. Once again, the accommodations themselves are the exact same. This is also just an extreme example of a test only given in one medium or another. Often tests, much like the state KSA test, are provided in multiple formats that include both online and paper and pencil versions. That is why it is imperative that you read the literature regarding how to provide accommodations for each and every test you provide accommodations for. To recap the impact the testing environment has on accommodations, all rules within this training and the regulation regarding accommodations still apply to any accommodations provided, regardless of the testing environment. A scribe, whether typing or writing, can still only record information as provided by the student. A reader, whether reading from a computer screen or a paper booklet, still may only read what is written within the test. Because online and paper and pencil tests are interacted with differently, one, you manually bubble in items with a pencil, and the other you point and click with a mouse, for instance, how accommodations are provided can vary. While what an accommodation can provide does not change, how it is provided can. If you are providing accommodations, it is imperative that you review all testing literature for the tests being given and understand how accommodations are to be provided for that specific exam. This can differ widely from test to test. An example of this, the ACT allows triple time, the KSA does not. It is never a good idea to assume because you have provided accommodations on one online test that things will be the exact same on another online test. Always read the testing literature prior to administration. If you need further assistance before improperly providing accommodations, contact us at dacinfo@education.ky.gov. This concludes Module 4, Accommodations Environment. For more specific guidance, please refer to the regulation document. If you have any questions about anything discussed in this module, please feel free to contact our office by emailing dacinfo@education.ky.gov or by calling 502-564-4394. Thank you for participating in Module 4. Please continue to Module 5.